What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. It's episode number 32. Loads to get through today, as always, on the back of a nice little mini run for Mönchengladbach. We've got match day 4 of the Champions League phase away at the San Siro against AC Milan. More big games in the Bundesliga, aim to keep pace with the leaders Leverkusen, but we start with this DFB Pokal, last 32 against St. Pauli, heading into the game in a bit of an injury crisis right now, down to the bare bones, as we try and make the last 16 against the two Liga side. Come on, Gladbach. Three defenders currently out right now. Brown, Bayer, and obviously Niakate, who's done for the season. That's a concern. If we have two more injuries, we can't make a bench. We can't make a bench, so I'll have to put someone out of the academy and just chuck them into the matchday squad. But that's the concern with this low amount of squad depth. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, as Stroikens goes all the way to fire in the opener. But like I said before, as frustrating as it can be, and as challenging as it is, it's fun for me. I like it. Obviously, as I always say, there is no right or wrong way to play the game. If you just want to pick your favourite team every year, buy all the best players in the world, and just thrash the AI on amateur 8-0 every single game, that's totally fine. You bought the game, you play it however you want to play the game. There's no right or wrong way to play it. It's as simple as that. But if you like a bit of a challenge, you like a bit more immersion, you like a bit more realism, it's my #1 tip. Up those injury sliders, and I guarantee you're going to be tested, but you're going to have a lot of fun in the process trying to get through these tough times. Right now, it's not a tough time for Mönchengladbach in terms of the results. As things stand, we're set for our 6th win in a row in all competitions. Still leading by 1, but the second goal is coming, and they're just wide from Stroikens. Second half underway, still leading by 1, but it's one of those games where you feel like you're 2 or 3-0 up. Haven't been under any pressure, dominated for most of it. All we're missing is a second goal, and that will do it. And Kasper Jander might provide it. A great save, keeps it at 1-0, pegged back in and turned behind for a corner. It's just one of those games. The only thing you're missing is that second goal to all but wrap it up. And as we always say, if you're doing all the right things, just haven't broken through yet, don't change it. Keep going, because eventually you will break through. Kasper gets back to his feet. Oh, what happened there? It's just it makes it 2, and that will do it. Kasper taken down, clean tackle, and the defender just left him. Did he hear a whistle? I don't know, but he stopped playing. Jander didn't, and it's 2. Oh, no. Right towards the end of the game. Don't quite know what I was trying to do there, but another injury to another defender as well. Arian B going up for an aerial duel. Getting up to I think that would just be a bruise, to be fair, but the injury crisis potentially worsening at Borussia Park. And honestly, at this rate, I'm going to have to recall some of my loan players, or just put the 2 academy lads in the first team and on the bench. Through to the last 16 though, we'll see how bad that injury is and see who we've got in the next round. Injuries are just so unpredictable. Like, you can have like 1 or 2 a season, and in this case we've had about 6 already, counting knocks as well. It's been crazy, but yeah, we'll see how bad the injury is first. I think it'll just be a bruise. He got back to his feet very quickly. No, sprained knee and done for 4 weeks. We literally can only just make a bench right now with no fit players in the resis. But as for the cup, we'll be taking on in the last 16 Osnabrück. I believe they're a free Liga side away from home. Okay, great chance there at making the quarterfinals, but we'll have to forfeit the game if we get any more injuries from here. Following contest, back to matters in the Bundesliga. Great run from Mönchengladbach, despite the injury problems though. Now going away to Pro Zero Arena, taking on Hoffenheim away. Heading into this game, Leverkusen, the champions, leading the way right now, top of the table with 7 wins in their first 8 games. But if we win this, we could leapfrog them and go top of the tree for the first time this season. Great run for Gladbach, despite the injury crisis. Let's keep it going here. So a CB duo for this game, Anton Stach and Florentino. 2 defensive midfielders, one of which I've converted to CB, but even so. And then Rocco's at right back. So 3 of our back 4 aren't even proper defenders. Only Lucas Ulreich, who's the lowest rated a lot, is an actual defender. So no wonder we've been conceding so many goals recently. But, as Anton Stiller fires just wide. At the moment, we know on the other end we're scoring for fun. Should have been 1 34 minutes in. Still goalless for now, but got to keep this winning run going, man. As we say before, consistency, that's the key. You want to win a championship, you got to win in long stretches of time. If I miss out on a title by 1 or 2 points, or in some heartbreaking occasions, goal difference, I always remember the game which I should have won comfortably, you know. be it at home or away against a side down the bottom of the table, and failed to find a breakthrough. I never remember the losses to a title rival, but always the games I should have won comfortably. Oh, Klein off the post. And these are the games, man. These are the games. Hoffenheim down towards the bottom of the table. Yes, you're away from home, but like that draw against Heidenheim, for example, that can't happen, man. You want to win the championship, you have to capitalise on those bankers. I don't care if we lose to Bayern. I don't care if we lose to Leipzig. I do care if we don't win these games. We've got Milan away at the San Siro in the week, but honestly, I'm not really fussed about that, because ultimately it's going to be a tough game regardless. And with our small squad, I might just rotate practically all the team and say, do you know what? Whatever happens, happens, because these are the games we can't afford to slip up in. But instead, despite dominating for most of it behind 64 minutes in, this is why we win the title this season. Forget the loss to Leipzig, forget the losses against Bayern or Dortmund when they come around during the season. It's these games. You can't win these games, you can't win the title. Simple as. I made a big call in the summer transfer window, knowing that squad depth was a bit of an issue last season. Decided to, instead of add to the squad, reduce it. Hold on. And bring in a... Yes! Couple of star players in Stiller and... Oh, come on! Merlin... And the lack of squad depth is definitely hurting us right now, but thankfully if Tim can stay fit, we could only have 18 players, we'd still have a chance at winning silverware. 10th in 9 games, having another phenomenal start to a season. Mönchengladbach bailed out by you know who. He's done it again. Winning run comes to an end, but still unbeaten for now. Though, however you look at it, again, it's 2 points dropped. And the reason you can't drop points in these games is because you know that the champions very rarely do. Already this season, we've dropped 4 points in 2 games against Hoffenheim and Heidenheim. We're not even halfway through the season yet. You can't do those sort of things and expect to win silverware come the end of the year. And if we can't beat these teams, we've got no chance in these games either. Milan away San Siro in the following game in the Champions League. And honestly, I'm going to rotate most of my side for this game. We'll probably lose it anyway. We've got incredibly tired legs. I'm going to throw out a mostly rotated lineup for this game, and whatever happens, happens. I've got to prioritise getting back to form in the league. Yes, it's very rare you'll hear me say that the Champions League is my lowest priority. It's what you play for, to win the grand prize. But the truth is we can't win it yet. We're not ready to win it yet, especially not with our small squad and injury problems. So with that being the case, I would say, as we're desperate to finally win a trophy for the first time in the save, prioritise the cup and the league. I mean, we're the closest threat to Leverkusen right now in second. We've got a 2-leaguer or a 3-leaguer side in the last 16 of the cup. The fact of the matter is we haven't got much chance of winning this anyway, but we've got more chance of winning those domestic competitions. So, yeah, Union Berlin on Saturday at home is now more important to me as James Maddison clips it just wide the post than AC Milan at the San Siro in the week. It's very rare you'll hear me say something like that, but you've got to sort your priorities out, man. We can't win this, but we can win one of those 2 domestic trophies. You should never put all your eggs in one basket. Granted, I totally agree with that. However, we saw that if you do it and it works, it's a gamble that pays massive dividends. And the best example we can use was this season with Spurs and Manchester United. Both of those teams basically threw in the towel domestically. With many months to go in the season, Spurs got to the Carabao Cup semis. Oh, Robin Hack puts us in front in Milan. But both teams were terrible domestically in the Premier League for a very long time, pretty much all the second half of the season. But it paid off in the end for both teams getting to the final, but paid off more for Spurs winning the whole thing and qualifying for the Champions League. That's going to be my strategy. Champions League, yeah, it'll be great to go far, but let's worry more about the Cup and the League instead. But tonight, no one saw this coming. Robin gives the shock lead and the backup brigade are in front of the San Siro. And of course, we've got no money to work with in January because I spent all the money on deadline day bringing in Johannesson. So I think what we're going to have to do is just recall a few players. Kastrop is coming back from loan anyway. So we've got one player coming back, but I'll probably have to recall Vanna at Bournemouth, who's barely growing. And maybe a couple others as well to help with the crisis we've got. Now, I know what you're saying. Why don't recall him now, Doxy boy? Well, I could, but realistically, clubs normally can't bring a player back into the transfer window is open, so I'm going to keep to that realistic rule there, unless they get special permission. But in this case, I'm going to keep it realistic and say I can't bring those players back because we're outside of the transfer window. As James Maddison is denied by Nicholas, and tonight with 18 minutes to go, I can't believe this, man. I threw out a pretty much fully rotated side other than 2 or 3 players. We're at the San Siro and we're still leading. Can we hang on? Well, I can't believe we've just won that. Honestly, I threw out a mostly rotated lineup, went to the San Siro expecting to get turned over 2 or 3-0, kept a clean sheet, and got a goal to win it in the second half. 3 straight wins for Mönchengladbach in the Champions League. Only that loss on the opening night against Liverpool has seen us drop points, and as things stand, halfway through the league phase, we are in the top 8. No one was predicting that. Right, back to matters in the Bundesliga, but I'm standing by. This is still a bigger game. Union Berlin at home on the back of that draw with Hoffenheim. Quite simply, already 3 games this season. We haven't won. We must return to winning ways and win consecutively if we are to keep pace with Leverkusen leading the way. Union Berlin at Borussia Park, nothing other than 3 points will do. Hopefully we've got an international break after this game as well, because Lord knows we need it. Doxy boy doing a 180. Normally he can't stand the international break midway through the season. Right now I'd have a run every fortnight if I could. I need it to get my players to recover. As Kleinders pops it through. Merlin, oh what a back heel. And put wide from Angelo Stiller. But again, despite these issues with the injuries and the squad depth, this is our best run of form for the whole season so far. 8 games in a row without defeat. Only slipping up twice with draws. I mean, we might be getting tested, but we're passing the test. Free kick Mönchengladbach right on the edge off Danilo Doki. And I've not really got a free kick taker in my team. I'd say this favours the left foot, so I'll give it to Angelo Stiller. But yeah, I'm a terrible free kick taker anyway, as you guys know. But made even worse by the fact I haven't got anyone who I fancy from this kind of range. Oh, but Stiller said, why not? Why not? Second goal for the club. And you knew that was going to happen when I said I can't score free kicks. Wonderful effort into the top corner. First free kick of the save, Mönchengladbach lead. Brilliant goal. Second half underway, still currently leading by 1. Not been at my best in this game, but that goal from Angelo Stiller separating the 2 teams for now as Jamie wins it back. I don't know what that defender was doing there, just turning left, right, and then straight into trouble. Tim is through for the second, blazes it over the bar. And this is just one of those games where there's been very little going on. Oftentimes it's separated by a moment of magic or a disappointing error. And as things stand, it's the former, but that is the latter. That should have been game. And I might well live to regret that. It's not over yet. And dropping points in this game, back-to-back draws in the league, it's not going to cut it, even so early in the season. Almost there into final minute of stoppage time. Ref, come on, there it is. There it is, and we'll grind it out. How often do we say it? The champions find a way to win when they haven't played well. It's exactly what we've done. Oftentimes in games like this, it's separated by a moment of magic, an error, a controversial refereeing decision, or one of those things. In this case, it's the former. Angelo Stiller's glorious free kick giving us the win, and a much-needed one as well. What a run for Mönchengladbach. Despite the injury, still unbeaten in all competitions and still keeping pace with Leverkusen. Right, international break, and then following that, back to matters in the league and staying here as we take on Freiburg. Heading into this, it's been a fantastic run in all 3 competitions, but as we keep on saying, we've got to keep it going if we are to keep pace with the leaders. Freiburg, following game next up. Sorry, we're not at home for this game, we're away. But even so, 2 players back in the 11, Brown and Arian B. I said this before, but I never normally play players when they've got the plaster next to their name, indicating they're carrying a knock. But in this case, I ain't really got a choice. He could be on one leg and he's got to start. But anyway. It's like, Gaffer, for goodness sake, I broke my leg 2 weeks ago. I can't play. Don't care. Don't care. You're in the starting 11, bro. I need you right now. Soon up as Sade down this left-hand side finds Kleindens. Play back into Kevin. Wonderful reverse ball. Sade is through for the opener, and Mönchengladbach have the opener. Great ball. Great finish. Mönchengladbach in front. Great form. Through that. Stach wins it well. You know, he and Rocco had a tough start to the season, but what do we say? You know, they're not defenders, but we've transitioned them back into the back line, and transitions, as we know, take time. Rocco Wright's almost got our second after a wonderful run by our new right back, and it's still 1-0. You know, if you're learning a new position or a new skill and you're struggling with it early, just remember, that's going to happen. It's a new role and a new challenge for you, man. Transitions take time, as Kleiners took too much time to make it too. Okay, win that. Yep, well in. And like I said, man, at the start of the season, he and Stach looked lost in our back line. We were conceding game in, game out, but now we're keeping some great clean sheets. Oh, what a finish, Tim. And they're providing options on the offensive end. Rocco into the middle, Kleiners with the second, Mönchengladbach making it 3 wins in a row. Yep, you've probably heard of the belief that you need 10,000 hours to become elite at something or else. I don't think Rocco's going to play 10,000 hours at right back. He'll certainly play 10,000 minutes. And from the start of the season, you can see the marked improvement. Almost that halfway line goal. I say almost. I've not really come close in a long time there. Sometimes I'll get asked, Doxy boy, you still trying them? Yes, I am. But it shows you there. That's the closest I've come in a long time. I'm finding it much harder than before. What I'm not finding harder right now is staying unbeaten. Another great performance from Mönchengladbach. 3 straight clean sheets, 3 straight wins. And despite the injury problems, we are flying right now in fantastic form. Right, following game of the week, we'll try and squeeze 2 or 3 more in. Napoli, match day 5 at the Champions League phase, where I'm still stunned that after the thrashing at Anfield on match day 1, we've won 3 straight since then, and now we're going for our 4th in a row. Napoli in the week on match day 5. I'm not sure if I would have showed it pre-game, but if I didn't, it's on the screen right now. Merlin requesting a transfer. First time this has happened in the save, where I've been really annoyed about it, because it's just stupid. Signed a 5-year deal in the summer. We're not even in December yet. He's played most of our Bundesliga games, and he scored 6 goals in the process too, balling out, and yeah, he wants to leave. I don't know. To me, this is one of the greatest issues EA have, in my opinion, with CM. There are a lot of issues with the game, in my opinion. I would say this is the biggest one. Sometimes it feels like it's the end of the save when something like this happens. Oh, Rocco, what a finish. Not this time. He's on a 5-year deal, I don't care, but it's just so frustrating. EA have got to work on it. It's a major issue. I don't necessarily believe that EA should take that kind of aspect out of the game, but they just need to tone it down. That's the problem. Tone it down. Like in my last save, for example, if you didn't watch that, I had Oyan Sancho up top for me at Manchester United, top scorer in the league, started the vast majority of my games, but because he didn't start a couple, he requested a transfer, despite the fact that he was, you know, like becoming the hero at the club, and it's like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, it makes no sense. It just wouldn't happen, do you know what I mean? And it just kind of breaks the immersion and the realism and the fun at the times, you know. Especially in a case like this where the player's literally just signed a long-term contract, and there's nothing to suggest a guy would be unhappy if this was real life. What, playing Champions League football? One of the top scorers in the league right now? Balling out, and yet you're going to request a transfer 4 months into your new 5-year deal? Come on, it makes no sense. And a blocker to Nicola Ravela on the edge. Space to let fly if he wants to, or try and poke it through. What a back heel. You know I'm a sucker for a nice assist. That was brilliant. Finds Victor Osimhen. It's 2-1. Napoli flipped the script and lead. I still can't believe no one signed Victor Osimhen yet. I feel like I'm missing something blatantly obvious that other clubs aren't. Because to me, he's a tremendous forward, and he has been for years now. He's in the prime of his career at 26 years old. He's been a proven goal scorer these past few years in 3 different countries, with Lille in France, Napoli in Italy, and obviously lately with Galatasaray in Turkey, helping them win a domestic double. I feel like I'm missing something blatantly obvious as to why clubs haven't gone for him and why he's not been signed yet. But in this save, I wouldn't need him, because this man continues to bang him in at 32. Kleinert with a leveller, 2-2, 15 to play. Will there be a winner? Come on, don't throw it away. Just found the leveller, and straight away, Victor Osimhen says, yes, Doxy boy, thank you for singing my praises. It's justified. Second of the night, Napoli restored the lead instantly, and we've absolutely thrown away a point here at Borussia Park. Well, our unbeaten run is probably going to come to an end here, but to be fair, like I said, it's our lowest priority. I don't think we've got a chance of going all the way to win it, so whether we bypass the playoffs or not, I still think we'll make the following round, but I don't think we'll get past the quarters maybe, an absolute best, I would say. As Hack finds Merlin, and Merlin takes his time. Oh, what a game! 4 to play, just requested a transfer, but I'm going to pretend that hasn't happened, man. 5-year deal, balling out. Come on, he's not going to want to leave. EA, get it right. Yep, it's the one thing I always encourage people to remember. Just because a player is handed a transfer request doesn't mean you have to sell them. Yes, you won't be able to take them off the transfer list. Yes, they'll still have low morale, but you don't have to sell them unless their contract is coming to an end. You can keep them against their will if you want, no problems, and that's exactly what I plan to do with Merlin. Osimhen's hat-trick in the end doesn't give them the win. It's a 3-3 draw, and we'll take it as our unbeaten run continues. Let's do one more game today, our final one. Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. Absolutely massive game to go into here as we try and keep our long unbeaten stretch going against a side who last year might have surrendered their championship but are still going to be a major threat to reclaim the throne. Bayern at home, our final game today. As I was saying earlier, I don't mind too much if we don't win these games. Honestly, I don't know if we can afford to lose. If Leverkusen win, they'll go even further clear at the top, and we'll drop to 3rd with Bayern leapfrogging us. So any chance of winning the championship, I would say, doesn't hinge on us winning these games, but hinge on us at least stopping them. As Zaragoza, you rarely see that, but Rocco gets back to head a certain goal off the line. So rarely do you see the AI try and round your goalkeeper. They almost always try and chip it or blast it. And in this case, that allowed Rocco the extra seconds to get back and clear it off the line. Like I said, man, growing into that role at right back, it just took time. Yes, give yourself some time. If you're beginning to learn a new skill or language or, brilliant subject, or you start a new job, whatever the case may be, don't expect to excel at it straight away. It's going to take you some time. It took Rocco some time. Now he is beginning to excel, and unfortunately nothing we can do about that. Jamal Musiala fast Bayern in front. It was coming, and 24 minutes in, like we said in the DFB Pokal final, like we said on the opening day last season, we've made some brilliant strides forwards in this save, yet Bayern are still a level above. I don't think we've beaten Bayern yet, as Joshua Kimmich is through, and this time they learn from their mistakes. Don't try and round Nicholas, but just place it in to the far corner, and the skipper doubles the lead. I'll say it once again, despite Leverkusen keeping the throne warm last season, it's still Bayern Munich's division, it's still Bayern Munich's league, it's still Bayern Munich's country. The most dominant side in German football, and if we're to ever leapfrog them and be champions, it's going to take something very, very special. Kleindenz with the instant goal to get us back in the game, but still trailing by 1 heading into the break. 18 minutes to go. Bayern looking to wrap this up. Nathaniel Brown does enough, but only temporarily. Chance remains alive. Ezekiel Barco across the far post. Free header, and Musiala puts it wide. What a sitter. 15 minutes to go. That should have been game, and instead we've been given a lifeline. If we can battle back from 2 goals down here, keep the unbeaten run going and show, just like in Season 1, when we were called the comeback kids, we still have plenty of time to get back in this title race. Merlin, oh, what a miss. Fine margins that can separate wins from draws, draws from defeats, and as we've seen recently, sometimes championships from runners-up places. On one end, we should have levelled it. On the other, Musiala ends it. 3-1, Bayern with the win, and I'll say it once again. We have made brilliant strides forward in this save. We are a certified top 4 team now, and a Champions League side in our own merit, but we are still not at this level yet. Leverkusen might have won the title last season, but I'll say it again, it's still Bayern's country. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Bundesliga Criminal, guys. Big fan, hope you enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like. So you all have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one. Heading in to the January window, we'll have the DFB Pokal last 16 against Osnabrück. More games in the Bundesliga, and when that window opens, with our small squad and our injury problems this year, might have to make a big decision to help our squad depth problems. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.